Morning. So it's been a little while since I spoke to you on the channel. I think the last video I put up was from me and Dan in London, the Singlespeed one, and then the one before that was just a bit of fun, was the Halloween one, so which didn't actually feature a bike. But yeah, so I'm back out on the bike now. You can probably see behind me there, I'm on Puddock Road. I'm going to head all the way up the top of Puddock Road to the 40-foot road. So it's about 6 miles straight up here. Going to turn right and head out over that way towards Chatteris, and then I'm going to cut back from Chatteris down through Somersham and then up to Pidley and then through Fenton back to Warboys that way. So I think it's about 22 miles. It's a pretty short one this morning. Just wanted to get out and get the legs turning. But you will have seen, well hopefully you will have seen from the title of this video, that I've got some big news. Now I know some of you follow me on, or friends with me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram, so you might already know this news, but I've been lucky enough to secure a place in the Ride London next year. So I entered the ballot. This is actually the 4th time I've entered it. I got a place last year. I got a charity place through work, but unfortunately the event was canned because of COVID. So, and they don't defer places, which I thought was a bit harsh. But so I entered it this year, kind of almost, I don't want to say reluctantly, but I entered it this year. I think kind of with the expectation I wouldn't get in. I know it sounds very pessimistic, but I'm really not. My fitness hasn't really been brilliant this year. I've got out quite a bit, but I actually said to Mrs. B when I entered it that, knowing my luck with my rate of fitness levels, and I'd actually get in this one, and as it turns out I did. So I am really pleased actually. I mean, you know, I need to work out the logistics of how I'm going to get there, but I can do that later next year. So the event's at the end of May, so I've got a few months now to really kind of ramp the miles up. You know, unfortunately it's not getting into the time of year where that's going to be wholly enjoyable. You know, riding on these roads in the middle of winter isn't particularly pleasant because it's normally soaking wet, blowing a gale and freezing cold. But you know, if I can battle through that, then hopefully by the time I get to May and get on the Ride London, it should be a bit easier. I'm not going to say it's going to be a doddle, because you know, 100 miles in the saddle is a big ask. I mean, that's it is kind of the cycling equivalent of running a marathon. So it's something I've never done before. I think the furthest I've ever been on the bike was, I think, about 76 miles when I went out sort of over that way. I went out through the kind of west side of Peterborough and headed round Oundle and that way. I mean, I'll definitely do that route again in the next few months as part of the training. So yeah, so I'm really pleased. I am actually really pleased I've got in it. It will be a massive achievement. You know, I don't plan on doing many 100-mile rides, but it will certainly be an achievement, and it'll be a good day. You know, it'll be a fun day riding around London and out into Essex. I'll have to remember to put my white socks on for when we go out into Essex. But so yeah, so I'm out on the bike today. It's going to be quite a short ride. but I am officially counting it as the first training day, so it's fairly monumental. So yeah, so it's a bit of a grey manky old day. It's not actually that cold at the moment, although I am pretty wrapped up. We're now heading into the middle of November. It was originally forecast to be clear blue skies today, so I think it was due to be actually a bit colder, but with the cloud cover it's not as fresh, and it's not yet too windy, so it's not too bad. So I will put you back on the bike. I've probably been talking far too much. We'll get all the way up Puddock Road. So where are we? Coming up for 3 miles, so we've got about another 3.5, 4 miles left. And then we'll turn out, as I say, we're going to head over that way. I know you can't see it, but we are heading over that way towards Chatteris. So I will probably speak to you again when we get the other side of Chatteris, or heading down towards Somersham, and hopefully the sun will have broken through the cloud by then and it will be a little bit brighter. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. I will probably say it again, but if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Feel free to add a comment, and if you are on Instagram, check out my Instagram page, and I will speak to you in a bit. So I'll see you in a bit. Cheers, I'll see you in a bit. so I'm hoping you can hear me over the wind. I'm on the Chatteris to Somersham road. Chatteris is that way, Somersham's down this way. It actually feels a lot more exposed along here than it did along Puddock Road. I don't know if the wind's getting up a bit, excuse me. Oh, blimey. But yeah, it's been a really good ride so far. So I am heading into a bit of a headwind at the moment, but the way this road meanders, it should, well, I'm going to turn out of it anyway when I get to Somersham, because the wind's coming from that direction. You can see that wind turbine moving at, well, hopefully you'll be able to see that wind turbine moving. So the wind's coming from over there. I'm actually heading over there. So hopefully I'll kind of turn out of it in the next couple of miles. But this road does meander quite a bit anyway, so it's probably going to be sort of ducking in and out of it. But it is surprisingly windy along here, and it hasn't actually brightened up. I know it's about 20 past 9, and I think, you know, you can see the sun kind of trying to burn through the clouds there. There's some lovely sun rays coming down from that big grey bank of cloud. Looks absolutely awesome. But the sun is due to come out in the next hour or so, but I'll probably be home by then anyway. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna put my head down, get through Somersham, and I will speak to you again when I'm going up the hill at Fenton, between Pidley and Fenton. So I'll speak to you in a bit. I'll see you in a bit. See you in a bit. So I've just come up through Pidley from Somersham. You can possibly see the church behind me there. This is quite a familiar road, or it should be quite a familiar road to many of you. Have seen quite a few of these videos because I've been down here quite a few times in the past. The sun has been trying to come out. I mean, there's a bit of blue sky up there, and it has broken through a couple of times. I don't think it's supposed to be exceptionally sunny today, but it's not really going to affect the ride, because I've only got about another 2 miles left anyway. So I'm going to go up this hill and then drop down into Fenton and then go up to Warboys. So yeah, it's been a good ride. It's been actually quite fresh in that wind kind of over there coming back from out of Chatteris to Somersham. I think just because it was a bit exposed and I was quite sweaty, it was getting a bit cold. I was starting to feel it a bit, but when I've warmed up again now, and I'll certainly be warm when I get up the top of this. But yeah, I mean, it's seasonally, it's actually quite mild for the time of year. As I said earlier, it's kind of the middle of November now, so you'd expect it to be a lot colder than it is at the moment. yeah, so it is quite sweaty at the moment, but whoa, blimey. So yeah, as I said, I'm just dropping down into Fenton. I'll be home in about 10 minutes. I'll have the obligatory cup of coffee or mug of coffee, and then I'm going to start looking at some new routes, probably some slightly different routes, so I can really get into the training, certainly get Christmas out of the way. I'll probably do some shorter routes up till then while the weather's a bit crap. Probably use the indoor bike as well a bit more, certainly more than I have been, but then kind of looking forward to spring, and when it starts getting a bit calmer weather wise, I'll start pushing out a bit further. So I mean, that's a little way off yet, but so thanks for watching again. As I said earlier, like and subscribe if you already haven't done already. Check my Instagram page, and I will see you on the next ride. See you in a bit. See you in a bit.